Well, let's turn to Jim in Gadsden. Jim, we appreciate you staying up with us tonight as well. Go right ahead with your question.
Well, we appreciate your show. I've always enjoyed it.
Thank
I had
you.
a question about if you leave your will, not a will, but in trust, an estate trust, how is the cost for operating that trust covered, either by an attorney that might be assigned or a member of the family? And then I had a follow-up to that if there's time.
Okay, that's a great question.
How are you asking? How are the fees paid to manage your trust?
Yes, that's what I would be interested in.
You would have to cover those fees, and you would have to cover, if you choose an attorney to manage that trust for you, you would have to pay those fees as well.
So you pay the attorney, you pay the attorney, or you pay the fees yourselves, or explain that a little bit more, if you will.
No, he asked, how are the fees paid for to manage the trust?
Yes.
He would have to cover those fees.
Does the trust pay them or the individual?
The trust.
The trust is what I
The trust
understood.
does that. Okay. And you had a follow-up question. Did that answer your first question, Jim?
Well, if you had $1 million, is it a percentage that it's based on that, like 2% to operate it, or what would that be?
It just depends. It depends on if you choose a lawyer, if you decide to have a lawyer manage that trust for you, or someone outside of that. It just depends on what you work out.
Okay. And Jim, your follow-up question?
Yeah, the second question was, I had an understanding that perhaps if you have stock holdings and pass them through a trust or through a will, they're treated differently by federal estate taxes than if you gave them before death.
Did you understand that?
I did not.
Say that again. I had an interruption there, Jim, if you will. Repeat that for us just to make sure we're clear on your question.
Well, if I give a gift or trade stock to one of my children now, it's going to be taxed at a certain rate depending on the value of that stock now. Mm-hmm. If I gave it through a trust or through a will, what would that change the way in which it would be taxed by the federal or state government?
From what I can tell you, if you, a lot of times you can have beneficiaries on those instruments, and they can pass outside the will or outside your trust. So it just depends on how you want to distribute them. You can name you can name a beneficiary and have them pass outside. Does that answer your question?
Thank you. Appreciate your show. I've always enjoyed it.
Thank you, Jim.
Jim.
Those are really good questions.
Excellent
that I
questions.
had never thought about, stocks and things like that. So you were saying to him, basically, when you sign up for that stock, you have an option to add a beneficiary at that time.
Yes.
And if you do that, you don't have to worry about it going through the will or the trust.
Right. It's in 401ks and bank accounts and things, and insurance policies and things like that. They can pass outside those instruments, and you don't have to worry about those going through the probate process.
Excellent, excellent. Well, again, our guest tonight, Tonya Mines, very knowledgeable, 205-484-9762, or her website, Mines, M-I-N-E-S, lawfirm.com, if you'd like to speak with her further. Tonya, thank you so much for being here.